Welcome to a new series that will be with Newcastle in the Premier League. I was asked to make a side with a Premier League team, and I chose to pick a team that was expected to finish around the middle of the table. I picked Newcastle, that is expected to finish 9th, I think, because the 10th the team expected to finish 10th was West Ham, and I had just seen a series by Golden FM, and I don't want to make the same team. The 11th is West Brom, that has Tony Pulis, and it occurs to me that I want Tony Pulis to have a team, so that I left the 9th team, that is Newcastle. I have not made the meeting with the chairman, so I don't know for sure if there will be any philosophy that is requested of me. But we go now to this screen and see that we have currently, as things are set, around 200,000 euros per week in wage budget and 20 million euros for the transfer budget. If we bring it all the way to the transfer budget, we can get it up to 30 million euros. But I will not change anything until it is needed. Financially, the club is healthy, with 75 million euros in the bank, and it is expected to earn more money during the season and finish it with over 100 million euros, which is good. Now we will go to see the squad that is available for this team. The squad depth chart says we have a weakness in the left fullback position and in the wings, with a very strong squad for the middle, which makes me think the assistant will recommend me to use a 4-4-2 narrow diamond, but I don't know if that's what I will be using, which is possible. That is a formation that I tend to like, and whenever I've used it in the previous phases of the game, has proved generally to be very, very strong against 4-2-3-1, which is the formation that I am expecting to be used the most in this league. So let's go to the squad and go position by position. In the goalkeeper position, we have Tim Krul, who is quite decent in aerial ability, command of area, and communication, with high one-on-ones and reflexes. Decent handling, good throwing, decent tendency to punch, rushing out, and very good determination and positioning. He's not very strong, and his weakness, that I might consider more weakness than maybe is usually considered, is kicking. His kicking is slow, and in past versions I had the chance to have a goalkeeper in FM12 with very high kicking, around 16 or 17, and it made quite a difference in keeping the ball and starting well each attack that came from the goalkeeper, not losing a lot of balls coming from him, which is what happens with low kicking. Then we have Rob Elliott, who also has a good aerial ability and decent command of area communications, average eccentricity, good handling, decent kicking, so just decent. Not as good one-on-ones and less good reflexes, with just average tendency to rush out and more higher tendency to punch and very good throwing. Decent anticipation, bravery, poor aggression, not fast but not a player meant to be a super keeper. Tim Kroll is therefore seems to be clearly the better goalkeeper, but I am finding myself interested in see how Rob Elliott does with these three good stats, and kicking is just very better, so Tim Krul is the obvious start. So now for the right fullback position we have Daryl Janmat or Janmat or whatever it's said. Good crossing, good dribbling, good tackling, marking, positioning of the ball, vision, teamwork. He looks like a very good fullback that's quite versatile. It can be used as an offensive type of fullback or a defensive or offensive type of fullback. It will depend on what we have in the other side that I will be using him as an offensive or defensive fullback. The other player who will be for the right back position is Ryan Taylor, who is more defensive than Janmat. His dribbling is worse, his crossing is similar, he's much weaker in marking. Physically he's not as good, not very brave. He has excellent teamwork, but he is not as good as Janmat, and sorry, he will be the backup to Janmat. For the left side we have Masadio Haidara. I don't know how that name is supposed to be pronounced, as I don't know the rule for the umlaut or the name of that sign above the I. He's French, but maybe that surname is not French. He is fast, doesn't jump very much, and he's not very strong, which are things that I don't like in a fullback. I want my fullbacks to be strong in the air because they will often go to the middle and perhaps interchange their position with the center backs in some place where the center back is dragged outside or he's dragged inside, but mostly when center backs are dragged outside and then the fullback goes to the middle, then he will be needing to be good in the air. He is decent marking and tackling and good positioning. He is more of he can be offensive type of fullback. That I will use him more on offensive duties as he has not great jumping reach. But then again, that is using him attacking will make it move to have those situations in which the switch with the fullback is and center back is made, so perhaps it is better for him to be the defensive fullback. Yes, I think that is actually better. Then we have Paul Dumet, who can play anywhere in the back and in the left fullback position. He's against decent offensively with good marking and tackling, and he has better jumping reach and strength than Haidara. His positioning is quite good, his vision is perhaps not as good. I don't remember quite what was Haidara's, but work quite good, teamwork quite good. So I think this will be the starting left back ahead of Haidara. Then we move to the centre backs. We have Fabrizio Coloccini. That is an Italian surname. He is Argentine. He has quite decent dribbling. Average crossing for centre back is good. That very good tackling, marking, positioning. Average vision. He looks like a good ball centre back, ball playing centre back. So his size, it says he is best as limited centre back. He's not very good in the air, only 11 in jumping and strength, which are things that I don't like. I like my centre backs very strong and very good jumping reach. Heading is 12, but I don't care much about heading in centre backs. I just want them to be able to get to the ball and head it anywhere that is not on goal. Then Mike Williamson. He's slow, but he's much stronger and reaches higher in the air. He also has all the needed defensive attributes. Only weak in aggression, that's not necessarily bad and not necessarily good. So I think I have one starter for the centre back position. Steven Taylor is the other, also very good in there, is strong and reaches very high with his jumps. He's good marking, tackling. He also has a good ability to lead the ball where he wants when heading the ball off. His positioning is good, his teamwork is good, work rate is excellent, excellent bravery, higher aggression, which is not bad, depending on how on his personality, which is fairly determined. High determination. So we have the starting centre back pairing in Steven Taylor and Mike Williamson. Coloccini will be the third centre back, and from what we see here, it is very likely that I will bring a fourth centre back to cover against any possible injury. And when I am done with the first squad, I will have a look at the under 21s and under 18s to see if there is any player there that can fill that role. Then in the central midfielder area, we have Vernon Anita, good dribbling, great determination, good decisions, not too brave, good vision, very good passing, decent marking. He looks like a very good all-around player to be used in almost any role. He can be offensive, he can be defensive. So we will be seeing what is the use for him. So his poor jumping reach and strength means that I will likely avoid using him in a deep position where he might be asked to drop among the centre backs and contest area balls. Then check Tiote, who is injured for 3 or 5 weeks, so he will be back head to head at the start of the season. He's very strong, so he doesn't jump very much. Very brave. Excellent determination, teamwork, work right. Poor vision, good tackling, marking, decent passing, and heading, decent dribbling, poor finishing. This is clearly a defensive type of central midfielder. So we have an offensive midfielder And as a defensive midfielder, then Jack Colback, who doesn't jump very high. He passes well, tackles well. He's not very good the marking directly, but he has good positioning, decent vision, decent dribbling, finishing. It seems like another player who can play in a number of positions, but better not one that much marking. He will probably be used as a rotation player. A rotation player who will have quite a good amount of matches. Then we have Mehdi Abed. He can play in the center and advanced, not as well, but he plays there. He is not too great marking or tackling. His positioning is not good, but he has good off the ball, good vision, decent passing, decent attributes for the attacking play. He looks clearly like an attacking type of central midfielder, probably as a central midfielder attacking or support player. Then we got the next is Musa Sissoko. Marking is not great, tackling is just average. Good, decent vision, teamwork, passing excellent, work rate, very good dribbling, decent finishing, very versatile. He is definitely an attacking midfielder of the very strong type, which, if I get it right, could be like an equivalent to Days. I think it was Yaya Touré that went from Barcelona to Manchester City. So he is a good player to start a match. We will be going on with central midfielders, but I think Shem de Jong is mostly more of a striker, so I will be. And Ayoce Perez is also more of a striker, I think, so I will be leaving them to be looked at during the striker. So another that can play central is Remy Cabella. Obviously he is a very attacking player with very good vision, passing, penalty attacking, dribbling, finishing, decent, good determination, flair, a bit low aggression, but that's not necessarily bad. Just a bit poor in the air with not great strength, but a very versatile player that can play in a lot of places and creative. So this will be definitely be playing in an advanced midfielder position in the middle. I would lean to the diamond, but I don't think Colback is as good, and I would want to take advantage of other players that can be in the wings. So probably I will go with a 4-2-3-1. So I will prepare the diamond as well. Then in the right wing, Gabriel Obertan. Gabriel Obertan is French. He's in the wing, he's very fast, but that's about it. A very fast player who's not worth a great thing. And he's already 25 years old. So he's a player that I will be selling out or exchanging to take down the value of new players. Emmanuel Riviere, he's mainly a striker, but he can play in the right winger position. His physical attributes are very good, he's strong, he's fast. His mental attributes are not bad at all. with average positioning. So I think this is a player that will be more used as a striker, so I'm starting to lean more to a 4-4-2 since I saw Bertan is so bad. I didn't think he was that bad. In the left wing we have Sami Ameobi, who can play also as a striker on the other wing. He's very fast as well. He's not strong, but otherwise his physicals are outstanding. His mentals are quite decent as well. He can dribble well, cross decently, finishing well. So this is passes well, and a little better than he crosses. So I think Sami Ameobi is a useful player that can be retrained to be in the advanced midfield position or striker, but we have a lot of players who can play striker. So Joan Gouffran, there's a lot of French players in this squad. He's fast, doesn't jump very much, but he's not weak. Crosses decently, dribbles well, finishes decently. His mentals are not bad. Good passer. He can also play in the other side, and in the middle has some ability. I think I can play perfectly the 4-2-3-1. It will be just a matter of finding a right winger that's good and overtime, despite how bad he is, can be back up to protect against injuries. So next is Siam de Jong. Was again decent. His physicals are decent. His mentals are quite good, with great composure, teamwork, and work rate. And great off the ball. A good candidate to fight with the other guy. I think it was Cabela. To fight with Cabela for the starting advanced midfielder position, so he can also start in the central midfield. And in the central midfield, perhaps I don't like him as much since his tackling and marking are poor, but he surely can do a job there if I wanted to use him there as well. Then we have Ayoce Perez, who is naturally a striker. He's fast, he crosses well, his dribbling is very good, finishing is decent. He can actually be the starting right winger, with him in the right and that other guy that's out and Ameobi in the left. Then for the striker position we have as pure strikers Papi Cissé, fast, decently strong, and in decent jumping range. Mentals are acceptable with very good off the ball, decent teamwork and work rate, which are high for a striker. Average aggression, good anticipation, decent bravery, composure, concentration decisions, decent dribbling, finishing, heading, passing. And finally, at the moment, Tiote is out for 3 to 5 weeks, De Jong 3 to 5 weeks, and Cissé for 5 weeks or 2 months. Not too bad. And last we have Facundo Ferreira, loaned to the team. He is decent physically in all aspects. Mentally he doesn't excel in anything other than off the ball, but he's decent dribbling, just good finishing. not as good passing, so it would seem that he looks like a decent second guy behind Cisse when he comes back. So that's the starting the first squad at the moment. I will be looking at the other squads now and come back with anything new if I get anything new regarding players. Well, we do have some players that are interesting already. The first is Rolando Arons. He's very fast, he is poor in balance, which is an important shortcoming he has. His bravery is poor, but again his mission would be defending, decent crossing, dribbling. If there are injuries he can't come in, I guess. Though as things are, as he is, perhaps it would do better to offer him on loan to some Championship or League One side to grow there with constant first team football. Then Adam Armstrong is also rated good in current ability. He can play a striker and has also some ability in the right wing. Physically he is average, but he's not poor. Decent dribbling and finishing and first touch. Technically he is just average as well. He has poor shots, but that can improve. Mentally is good. He's very good for his age. Another player that can come into the main squad from time to time in caps and when injuries force that. And finally, Jonas Gutierrez, who can play almost anywhere. Physically he is decent, mentally he lacks a bit of bravery, but otherwise he's very good. He also lacks marking, but he looks like he could be an useful player for the first squad and can play in the middle, and I could retrain him there. He's already 31 years old. I can also use him in exchanges for other teams. I removed players not on the club. You see there's a fair number of good players that are loaned out, like David Santon, this promising youth, Callum Roberts, Carl Darlow, but I will be looking now in the under 18s. This is the most promising players in the under 18s. Stefan Broccoli, a player that is 16 years old. I would like to increase his strength and dribbling and finishing. No, dribbling mostly. Dribbling and crossing. But he looks like a good prospect for the future. The video is getting longer than I wish it to be, and longer than the length that I prefer to watch, so I will be stopping now, and the next chapter will be looking at the tactics and what I do regarding the pre-season and the plans for signing players. Thanks for watching. Like, comment and subscribe if you feel like doing so or deserving that, and don't if you don't. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.